afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this week's sportsYou live stream webinar. My name's Pasco, and today we're going to be talking about the sportsYou calendar and how it can keep coaches, teams, players, parents organized with the team's schedule. To start, I'll show you it on the web-based version of sportsYou, so what it looks like when you go to sportsYou.com and access your account there. And then I'll flip over to my mobile device. That way you can see what the calendar looks like on the sportsYou app. If you have any questions, please feel free to type them in your comment or chat windows, and we'll leave some time towards the end to get to them all. So today we're logged in with our coach here, Jerry Hamlin, as you can see. We're also looking at this Blue Devils varsity football team. So every team and group on sportsYou has its own calendar. So when we click on calendar here, it'll show us the calendar view. And we also have a few different ways to view the calendar depending on your preference, whether it's a monthly view, weekly view, daily view, or even a yearly view. You can see with this varsity football team that the coaches inputted all their practices, games, scrimmages, workouts, film sessions, team meals, team meetings, travel schedules. Have all those events inputted on your team. That way you can be fully organized and make sure that everyone knows where they need to be at what time. This is our monthly view. If you want to switch over to weekly, we can view it like so. Our daily view, which will show us just the schedule and any events for today. And then you also have your yearly view, which will show it to us in a list format here. So to create events on your sportsYou calendar is very quick and easy. Simply click on this Create Event button. Now we give you a few options to fill out here. You can choose if it's an event or a game. So I'll choose this as practice. We give you the option to notify all the recipients of this new event that you're creating. So maybe if you're creating a practice or an event down the line in a couple weeks, you might not want to notify everyone. But if you're adding a practice for today or tomorrow or even later this week, you might want to have everyone get alerted to it. So we give you the option to fill that out as you wish. We have a location tool, so as you start typing in an address, it'll sync up to Google Maps. And now when you view this on your sportsYou app and you tap on location, it'll bring you to your Maps app and give you directions to where you're going. Really convenient for away games or unfamiliar places. Here's your time information, so you can put the start time and an end time. Make it an all-day event if you wish. And then we also have this repeat tool, which is a big time saver. So if your team has the same practice slot, let's say every Tuesday and Thursday for the whole season, you don't have to create that event one by one. This will mass populate it for you. So you can have it repeat weekly on these days, and you can tell it when it's going to end. So we can repeat this event till, let's say, the end of October. You can add a note or description to your event. You can also add an attachment, so think like practice plans or workout plans, maybe forms or an agenda for a meeting can be attached right there. And then you also have a reminder set up so that whoever is getting this event, you can have them be reminded of it either by a notification or an email or both. So you can set it up so that, let's say, 2 hours beforehand, I just want everyone to get a friendly reminder. Once you're ready, hit save. You can see we've added that 12 p.m. practice on Tuesdays and Thursdays going forward. If you want to edit an event, simply click on the item. So let's click on tomorrow's 3 p.m. practice. Now we can edit or view or delete it if we want to. This also shows us our RSVP. So when you create an event, the team members can RSVP yes, no, or maybe to that event. But let's go ahead and edit this practice. So practice, let's add that it's a workout. Let's change the time from 3 to 4:15 p.m. Now when we hit save, it's going to let you know, do you want to update this event or all the events in this of repeating events. So let's just change this one practice. So I'm going to click only this instance. And you'll see that event was now updated. So every team and group that you're a part of has its own calendar. You also have your own personal calendar here in the top left main menu. So let's go to Jerry's personal calendar. What you'll see here is an aggregate schedule, or like a master schedule, if you will, of all the different teams and groups that you're a part of, and all their schedules appear on one calendar. So just like each team has its own calendar, this is Jerry's master schedule, and you can see all the teams and groups that he's a part of, color coordinated, appearing on one calendar. If you only want to see one of these calendars, you can have the option to display only this calendar. Or if you want to select maybe just a couple teams or groups, you have the option to do that as well. This is really a great way to keep people organized who are part of multiple teams, or parents that have multiple kids on multiple teams. You can see your entire athletic schedule in one spot. You do have the option to print this calendar if you'd like, and then you have your different views as well, whether it's a daily view, weekly, monthly, or yearly view. Let's move over to the sportsYou app. That way we can see what it looks like mobilely. So here's my mobile device. I'm going to tap on the sportsYou app, and you'll see we're logged in with Coach Jerry again. So if we go into his teams and groups, we can view the team calendar there. So let's go back to this varsity football team that he's a part of. There's the calendar as one of your items across to the top there. And now this will show us all the events that are going on with this team. You can scroll and see all those items there. If you tap into an event, it'll show you all the details. It'll also show you the RSVP option that I mentioned before for who's RSVP'd yes, no, maybe, and no response. If you want to edit this event, simply click the edit button at the top right-hand corner. And this will give you the option to edit the time, the name, the end time. If you want to add a note or a description, add an attachment, and then you can also customize the recipients. So for example, if this is maybe just a coaches and players meeting, you can tap off family. Now I'll hit save. So every team again has its own calendar. When we go back to the main menu for Jerry, we'll go to his main menu calendar, which will show us again all the different groups that he's a part of and all the different teams that he's a part of, all their calendars in one spot. So you can see it's showing us the month of August. Today is August 15th. And now Jerry can see exactly which events he has going on today. If you would like to jump to a different date, simply tap on that button or on the calendar. So let's go to August 30th. And now we'll see those events on that day. So that's the run through of the sportsYou calendar, both on the web-based and on the app version. I'm going to give everyone a couple minutes now to ask your questions, and we'll answer them all. See you in a bit. Okay, welcome back, everyone. We did have a couple questions come through. Our first question was, is there a limit to the number of events you can have for any given team or group? And no, there is no limit. So you can create as many events as you'd like on any of the teams that you're a part of. Feel free to put in all those practices, meetings, events, games, workouts, bus schedule, trip itineraries. Fill out the calendar as much as you'd like. So thank you for that question. And our second question that came through was, can you sync the sportsYou calendar with any of the external calendars out there? And that's a great question, and the answer is yes, you can. So you can actually both import and export, or what we call subscribe, with the three major calendars out there, which are the Google Calendar, iCal, and Outlook. And I'll show you how to do that now. So when you're on your team page or your personal home calendar, simply go to the gear button and you'll see you have the option to subscribe to team calendar or the export, so you can take your sportsYou calendar and send it out to one of those, or you can import an external calendar so you bring it in. So when you're ready to import an external calendar, simply click on the import button and it'll bring you to the import calendar screen where you can copy the URL or upload it as a ICS file. And when you do import an external calendar, it will sync up as well, so that you have the option for your sportsYou calendar to go to the source calendar, look for changes, and if there is a change, it's going to update in sportsYou. You also have the option to subscribe. This is how you can export your sportsYou calendar. Simply take this URL that's provided and bring it to wherever your destination calendar is. And we actually give you some step-by-step instructions on how to do that. So we make it super easy and quick for you as well. This will also sync up so that when you do export a sportsYou calendar and a change is made on sportsYou, it will reflect on your destination calendar. So wherever you sent that calendar, those changes will sync up. So thank you for that question as well. So that wraps up our Sports You live stream webinar today. Appreciate everyone for joining us, and thank you for those who asked questions. I look forward to seeing everyone next week. So have a great day, and we'll see you soon.